Solved. Wonderful. All right. Ladies and gents, welcome. Very excited for this. This is a best of 21 between two big legends in our game. In the blue, we have Jordan. Jordan getting second place in Hidden Cup 4, of course, after returning to the game. For apparently the viewers just see a best of 2 at the top. It's a best of 21. I have an image there which is blocking other things. I will sort that out in between games. That way people on YouTube don't get ruined for this because I'm actually uploading all potentially 21 games. So Jordan, he's here in the blue playing as the Huns. Then we have DauT. DauT is here playing as the Huns as well. It is a Hun war, which is something you used to see all the time back in the day. And I miss it. I'll be honest. I miss it. So in terms of the stream content, there is 7 games on each day. So today we'll have 7 games. Tomorrow will be 7 games. The day after that will be 7 games. It's a Wednesday through Friday show match. Shout out to a certain Snake, a certain Viper. He's actually hosting this too. And Jordan and DauT, I think, are going to be streaming their POVs too if you want to check it out. But yeah, man, I was just saying here to my Twitch audience and hi, YouTube, that there was a time where I uploaded the old best of 21 between the Viper and Jordan. This was played back, or that one was played back in, I think it was 2015 or 2014. No, would have made sense for it to be 2014 when Jordan and Viper were both very even and at the top of their game. Jordan ended up winning that 11-10, and I haven't done too many best of 21s throughout my career, but this one here is exciting because I think DauT has been. I mean, Jordan was gone for such a long period of time, right? So if you would have asked me 6 months ago, I would say DauT would win this 11-6, 11-7. But since Jordan's performances recently, I'm actually leaning towards Jordan in this best of 21. All right, so the thing about a Hun war is that you can kind of see everything. And there's this song, I think we have a Huns command in Twitch chat that someone made, a Hardy made quoting me. But you can kind of see a mix of everything. The beauty of a Hun mirror matchup, and this is why people played it for years and years, is that sometimes you see scouts, sometimes you see archers. You see scouts, archers, pikemen, knights, cav archers. Just a mix of all the units in the Hun tech tree. You can even see the Tarkin switch come in. While I say that, I would say between these two players in particular, it would make a lot of sense for players to open with scouts. As for how many scouts you add, and any specifics after that, it can really depend on what the maps look like, and it's adapting from there. Now, Jordan, I don't like his map at all. I don't know what version of Arabia they're playing. I think this is just DE Arabia, but I'm really not liking this gold. I think this gold, I mean, all of his golds could be kind of exposed. It's not like you can easily TC this one later. That's kind of awkward. You never want to TC out in the middle of nowhere out here. Whereas DauT, I feel as though like these gold areas are a lot safer. I prefer his map, but it's Arabia. You've got to play the game, as I always say. Yeah, I've had some weird instances in my games recently where I'm just like, Can't the DE devs just like take a version of Arabia? I mean, I would let them use Hidden Cup 4 Arabia. We put time and effort into working on that. That reminds me, actually, I need to reach out and talk to Crazini a little bit more about that. Crazini did such a great job with Hidden Cup. But yeah, it's not too bad. Nothing too crazy. And guys, we're spoiled, all right? Can we just recognize that? We are so spoiled. We're looking at a Hun war, which used to happen all the time back in like 2016. In 2016, the hills would be like 8 tiles high. Wood lines would have ponds in it. Like, it was not a pretty sight, and people didn't really care because it was we weren't supposed to be able to full wall every game. It was crazy. Thank you, Sing King, for the 2 months with Prime. Thank you, G-Force, for the new sub. Also, I forget his name now, and I'm sorry, I don't know if he's still here, as we get a little wall off here from DauT. But someone, I think it was Gandalf. That's right. The Gandalf was here in Twitch chat. Gandalf, I just want to say thank you for the kind words before the stream started. Gandalf was had stopped by from YouTube this morning. I could actually speed up to the live time because we were a little bit behind. if that's cool with you guys, because this is supposed to be live. Nothing's of huge importance is happening. Plus, people on YouTube probably putting me on 2x speed anyways. So how's that feel, YouTube? You got 2x speed of 5x speed. Say that 3 times fast. Okay, there we go. That should take us to, I think that means we're caught up now. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So DauT already showing, you know, like what he can do with this map. And he's kind of gone defensive here with a few spearmen. Jordan coming forward with 2 spearmen. And here comes Jordan with 2 scouts. Now, in 2021, there might not be much of a time window for you to get in and do damage with these scouts because of how DauT's choosing to play it. And Jordan goes in there and snipes the villager. So, early aggression from Jordan paying off. Also, really good micro here from Jordan as DauT has to back away. And DauT will have 3 scouts and a potential for a counter. The spearmen are just going clang, 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 ting, 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 DauT. DauT, though, with an opportunity here. Jordan scouts weak. DauT with 3 spears to 2, and DauT now with 4 scouts. So now Jordan has to fall back. And that's the thing. Like, you kill a villager, but then 2 of your scouts are kind of weak, and you know DauT's going to be making his own scouts as well. All right. Irish Owl, funnily enough, Slopes is actually a map that they put in the map pool for this best of 21. So he was asking if we would see Slopes outside of Hidden Cup. I guess the answer is yes. I didn't know about that until I saw the settings this morning. You know, of course, it's not like... Does DauT know where Jordan is? Okay, he does. He's just going the sneaky way. It's always funny how DauT never uses box formation, by the way. You see how the others, like, box up their scouts so they move around a bit better? DauT's like, nope. DauT goes in after a spearman. 4 scouts can fight 1 spearman. And Jordan, good reaction. Should not lose a villager here. But he does need to quick wall a little bit. And at the same time, Jordan has lost a scout, but it was a weak one and goes in. Not ideal to fight that spearman there. If you have 3 scouts fighting 1 spearman, doesn't feel too great. Over here, Jordan needs more quick walls. Otherwise, that villager could go down. Jordan kind of failing with the quick walls. However, it was all debate. The spearmen are there. And this is where you start to see ranges come up. Jordan doing that now. So yeah, these transitions are pretty similar. DauT just looking to play a whole lot safer, but 2 scouts still in here, and there's possibilities for damage to be done. I don't love that range for Jordan. I don't hate it. He'll probably build around this way. And now that there's a lot of spearmen and not too many scouts, you tend to see a lot of archers. So scouts, spearmen, into archers, into crossbow, into cav archer is kind of what I'm expecting here. Excuse me. And while you used to see everything in Hun Wars, I think that things are a little bit more streamlined than ever. Just overall for high-level Age of Empires 2. So I think we will probably see a similar thing for both. Now, if you want to be sneaky, you could actually expect that and try and go elite skirm or something. But economically, elite skirm is actually pretty expensive and can delay your castle time to make skirms right now because it costs food and wood, of course. So, what's up, Hatzel? Thank you. Yep, Jordan with his ranges on the front. Both players, well, I guess not both players. DauT has a scout. Oh, wow, DauT has 4. I think this is going to surprise Jordan. I mean, he's got enough spearmen out, but 4 full HP scouts. You can fight that spearman there. And Jordan's going to be like, wait, what? What? He's added more? Like, this is such a late time. Also, I hate to be critical of someone's farms on stream because people will always make jokes, but I'm not a big fan of how he's not farming around the mill. I think he needs to get some farms up around the mill. It's good quick walls there from Jordan. But just... DauT is able to ask questions of Jordan constantly because he has a few more scouts, so not too bad, not too bad, but quick walling is impressive, right? But you still got to put the villagers right back to work. Still is a lot of time and focus. There are the ranges for DauT. He's going to get his blacksmith up. He will click up soon and potentially faster than Jordan. Flava, it is currently 9:15 or 9:20. I can't see the clock, but yeah, it's pretty early for me. But I knew I would make it to get to this best of 21. And yeah, look at the castle times. Castle times pretty similar. So Now, this is where it gets interesting. So we see a third range from Jordan. And, okay, DauT is actually making some skirms. So DauT is in a position where he knows that what's probably remaining of Jordan's scout force is behind, in his base. So he's thinking that, well, he actually just made 2 skirms. Maybe he's not going to commit long term. But he's a bit more confident in moving out here. He also, I think, spotted that Jordan... Oh, no, he didn't. Okay, I was going to get excited about him spotting the third range. But, DauT might do the same. But I would say when DauT's playing Huns against something other than Huns, not a mirror matchup, he tends to go just 2 ranges and boom. So I'm rather excited to see what happens here. I don't know if DauT's 2 skirmishers are really going to make an impact here in the Archer v Archer fights. So you don't tank too much with 2 skirmishers. It depends on how Jordan micros this. Jordan will have to, now that armor's about to be in, at least in Feudal, you definitely don't want to be focusing down the skirms. So you can do what's called stop micro, and then you just literally press the stop hotkey, and your units will auto-fire on the closest thing. This is not an area where you want to stop micro in Jordan's position. Jordan, as my voice is not ready for this morning, Jordan is definitely going to want to focus fire, which I'm sure he'll do anyways. DauT gets his upgrades and is getting all excited by that, I'm sure. And now he's like, oh, well, Jordan has a lot more. And he's in Castle Age too, so that's not great. And DauT's units are kind of split up here, and Jordan moving forward with confidence. T90's like a college freshman, waking up before 11, and he is in shambles. You're not too far off there. You're not too far off. All right, so here you go. The micro begins. You normally will see a university, and DauT struggling to reinforce, but he's asking questions of Jordan, and it sucks to be in this position. Jordan actually has good military numbers to be able to take the fight, but he has to idle his eco because DauT was the one who moved forward first. Jordan even getting ballistics now, but look at this. Like, these villagers are exposed. Might need to pull these. You're looking at DauT's approach at home. He actually canceled what looked like university there. Interesting, as he's still going to be making some crossbows, or at least had some left over at home. But if DauT canceled his university, which is actually very accurate to DauT's life, by the way, DauT canceled his university when he was like 17 playing Age of Empires. You'll have to ask him, but I believe the story is he actually quit high school for Age of Empires. So DauT canceled his university IRL 20 years ago. And here's the fight. DauT with no university training, but he's like, who needs school? As he takes a pretty 50-50 fight. Now, the thing is, like, the long term, as DauT gets behind the woodline here, very sneaky, but great reaction from Jordan. The long term here, I think, is that DauT's fights are going to be so much worse. Like, his engagement should not be as good. And again, the messy eco's kind of set in here for Jordan. And he's adding a TC here on a woodline and knows he needs to deal with this. DauT now adding a TC, actually 2 TCs. And so he might be at the disadvantage in the fights, but he's maybe hoping that economically he'll be ahead with 3 town centers. This one protecting the gold, which is necessary. Cav Archer's here to protect it for now, which is also hugely necessary. In terms of military, Jordan, I like his position more. Only thing is that Bloodlines was a little late there, but the micro from Jordan, you see how he's pulled away there. TC's going to go up. Yeah, so a lot of people wondering what to expect from DauT and Jordan, and I'd said before the best of 21 that I think that Jordan's in such spectacular shape now. Now, I'm a little bit biased, guys, because I played some training games with Jordan midweek, I guess. And, no, it was middle of last week. I played some training games with Jordan because I wanted his perspective on some things. And he absolutely destroyed me. I mean, I suppose this should be expected, but remember when he returned to the game, his first, like, week or two, we played a best of 5 and I won 3-2, right? So I was always like, oh, I've got Jordan's number in the back of my head. Oh, I'm not just a caster. I could do it, man. I could be a pro. I could do... Oh, no. It was horrible. And the thing is, as well, is that the training, when you train with Jordan, it was absolutely ruthless too. Like there's no mercy, laming me 2 minutes in, crap like that. So anyways, I might have a little bit of recency bias with Jordan is all I'm saying, which is why I have so much belief in him. But I truly do believe that he's playing cleaner than ever, and when I say ever, even better than when he was at his peak in 2014. All right. So Jordan just now adding that third TC. So DauT, he likes to be sneaky here with these raids. He's running over. Jordan's tracked it. And here, Jordan, though, gets behind the woodline with some crossbows. And Jordan has killed 3 villagers in this game. Ballistics certainly helps, though, as the villagers are being pulled away from the woodlines. Here, there's no more villagers to find, but Jordan's eco looking pretty messy right now. Wasn't it 2-2 versus Jordan? It wasn't technically a best of 5, but we played 5 games, yeah. I played Chris as well when he returned. I was like the gatekeeper for returning pros. And it was the same. I think it was 3-2. But the big thing with Jordan when he returned was he didn't understand the civs. Like, he thought Tatars was Lithuanians, so. Anyways, DauT, he's taken this approach twice now where he just wants to run forward, hope to get villager kills. And it's not really worked out at all. In fact, the crossbows here, such an impressive job from Jordan. He's actually been able to kill a few more villagers with just a few crossbows. And now he's got the gate up. He knows DauT. He's dodging ballistics, I suppose, because DauT does have it now. But I think he recognized that DauT didn't have it for a while, and beautiful play there from Jordan. So he has the villager lead, and he has the military lead. But DauT just keeps sending waves. Jordan's going to have to react to that. Jordan is not reacting, is reacting, loses a villager. Okay, he's lost 2, but I think that was a moment ago, which you saw on screen there near the gate. In terms of upgrades here, the upgrades are identical for the Cav Archers. It's just that there's 26 Cav Archers versus 23. DauT now scrambling up more ranges. Now, I'm surprised Jordan added the Siege Workshop. I really am. I think he might want to go for a ram push. Because I don't know if like 2 or 3 Scorpions helps you that much. You get to 5 or 6, I guess it does. But, like, honestly, in a Hun War, when it plays out like this, the only thing I could see you justifiably transitioning into would maybe be Elite Skirm. So the Siege Workshop's just kind of there. And it might make DauT worried a little bit. But just like I mentioned, I don't think it's really a massive concern. I think that going for Scorpions against Cav Archers is good, but not when there's 30 Cav Archers, not when there's going to be 5 or 6 ranges to produce more. As DauT gets more Vill kills, we have ourselves a very close game 1 here and a best of 21, not a best of 2, which is what it says at the top of your screens, because I have, basically, I'm using a Hidden Cup 4 skin, and it's a skin for the casting program, right? And unfortunately, it has not been updated, so it still says Hidden Cup 4. And so people, I tried, all right? I tried to use it, and then people were like, this is Hidden Cup 4. And then they ruined it for me, so. You get your mind out of the gutter, people. The amount of auto-modded messages that just showed up is unreal. So there's this thing on Twitch which is called auto-mod, so it like picks up on a few, like if some people say certain words that Twitch deems as naughty, and then the mods can approve them. WTF did you just say? I'm sorry, Tamatrix. Poor Tamatrix is trying to mod the chat right now. It's a fine. You know what? I'm just moving on. Big fight here. A fight that DauT should lose, but he is in the hill. Still think he's going to lose that fight as he's over here. And DauT actually, with a lot of military. Look at the approach from DauT. DauT over here has 6 ranges. And Jordan only has 4, working on his way up to 5. So DauT does have the army control right now. Economically, I'd say he's behind in terms of farm count and things like that. And now you see Jordan clicking Elite Skirm, possibly out of a little bit of worry. And DauT even being proactive with that and going for his own Elite Skirmisher. All right, so here's the engagement with the Cav Archers. DauT trying to pull back to his ranges. DauT pulling back to his ranges. Siege Workshop does have something inside of it, by the way. It looks like it's a Mangonel. Now, that could be helpful against any skirms that come out. So at this point, the skirms and the Cav Archers are fully armored. So worth keeping that in mind, because if you get to a certain amount of skirms, it is really tough for the Cav Archers to take them out. And here you have a big patrol. I mean, if nothing else, forgetting about the units for a second, isn't it cool to see so much military in the mid-game? I freaking love it. This is what makes Hun War so fun. So much fighting. This is why people played it all the time. Just military, military, military. Instead of, you know, walls, farms, and Mangonels until Imp. But will there be any, like, transitions out of ranged units here? I think Jordan's Mangonels are going to have to get big connects for it to make sense for him. And as I said, I don't think Siege makes a massive impact in this type of a situation. But then again, I'd say hit the skirms here. Because the Cav Archers, they're going to take out that Mangonel. Hit the skirms. Oh, Jordan falling behind in this fight. Also, DauT adding a 4th town center now. You know, DauT expanding some of those farms behind this. Jordan probably not happy with his position. Even though it's still super close. He's reinforcing. Look at the overall KD right now. Jordan he's slightly winning that overall KD. And okay, Jordan holds the position. He'll add more ranges. He'll probably add more Mangonels. I mean, you've got the workshop. And now DauT's thinking, well, I might need that as well. The only thing, though, is I think the Mangonels should have focused on the skirms. Because Cav Archers have such high HP in the first place. Speaking of HP, did both players have some weak ones in there? Now, both players are also on stone. Now, Jordan, if you think of his map long term, we talked about those golds. DauT actually sitting 2 Cav Archers here. I don't know if that's intentional. So you've got to think about that. And now DauT is getting the armor upgrade for Cav. So he's maybe thinking of Knights or Light Cav to counter the skirms. Which is a beautiful transition in a Hun War. Now, normally when you have the lead with the skirm numbers, you need to make Cav Archers again because of the fact you're open for some type of a... excuse me, I'm dying. Light Cav position. Or transition, rather. Jordan's gold very exposed over here. And DauT sees the castle. But Jordan is not you, DauT, so he's not going to fail that. And the castle actually gets some clutch kills. Oh, DauT. And DauT is also out of position here, but he gets a big shot. He'll take it. But Jordan will be happy as he is on the way to the Imperial Age. And needs to think about the long-term gold control. His map was significantly worse than DauT's, which I think is going to be a factor here. Sorry about the sniffles. I do have allergies in the mornings. I don't know if anyone can relate, but I do. There's been this trend in this game where DauT will just move out to force a reaction from Jordan. Like right here, this is an army that should die to Jordan's army. Yet he's moving out anyways. And this might be one of the first real times where that hurts him. Let's see. We need a market or a siege workshop. There you go. A building wall. And it looks like DauT will lose all of his CA. Really good job from Jordan, who abandoned the gold early, which sucks. He really needs to get back to it. And he's actually just going to leave his skirms here to finish the job. And you know, this TC goes up for Jordan on this gold. DauT making outposts everywhere to see the rest of the map, as this game will still, I think, be very late. So I think that what DauT's trying to do here with the Light Cav transition and eventual Hussar is really important. However, I think that ideally you have a lot of Cav Archers as well. And if the enemy has a big Cav Archer mass, you're not going to be able to really engage that with Light Cav and Hussar, so it becomes a raiding game. Going to need some defense. One thing I've been really impressed with DauT is that he's tossed a few too many units away, but he's always producing. As both players are, well, Jordan's in Imp, getting capped ram now. And he wants to push that castle he's just spotted. And DauT is 30 seconds away from Imperial. We have, 2 knights over here. That's funny. But yeah, anyways. 175 pop for both. Positions looking pretty close. I just like the way DauT has set up his map. I think this castle would ideally be on this hill, and that might be pushed. But I like the way he's expanding a little bit. I like the knights over to the golds. I don't think I'll like this fight for DauT. Jordan with 2 siege workshops massing. This is what DauT can see. DauT can see them. I think he knows. Getting bracer and chemistry for his cav archers. And, okay, now he sees Capped Ram is in. Or he should notice this, as Jordan really wants to push in this area. Now, DauT, I think, intentionally added the Mangonel behind the castle, so he can help against rams. 1 or 2 is a big help in these situations. Plus, he'll have the light cav. And he has all those upgrades a lot faster than Jordan, but the Mangonel goes down. So now suddenly your skirmishers and your cav archers not so strong in taking out the ram. They still will, though. So I kind of feel like Jordan moving in, I feel like this is a mistake. I think Jordan's trying to finish this game as opposed to letting it drag on past an hour. Jordan's like, I don't have a lot of time. Best of 21 is a lot of games. Let's kill fast. Yeah, that's not how this works. Not how this works at all. And DauT now with 51 food. And he's just going to stream the light cav right in. I think Jordan's got some big problems here. He's got some big problems. He did deny the stable at 95%. But now you've got to deal with the raids, and the ram push has not worked at all. And DauT is never going to let Jordan come back from this position. I think DauT is going to raid him to death. The problem with the cav archers is you get this big mass, let's say 30. That's exactly what he has, actually. And you have to chase down 5 or 6 units when Hussar raids begin. So you either full wall your base, or you got to be forcing fights constantly. And I think Jordan has really struggled in this first game, forcing the fights and getting to the proper positions. And also with 63 farms, so you know more Hussars are going to come out. And then his cav archers just move in. Now, I mean, some of this does have to do with the way the map's laid out. Jordan's map was just so awkward going to Imp. He couldn't really set up his base in a way he'd like. But reality is, look at DauT's position. Castle here, castle here. He'll probably get a castle here. He's just so defended. And he kept taking initiative, even if the fights weren't cute. And they weren't great. They weren't cute either. And DauT just continued to force fights, and Jordan, even though his population's high, is going to start losing more and more and more. As you see, you know, he's repairing this castle. He actually has run out of stone because he placed a castle on the back of his base to secure some farming eco. The DauT prioritized Hussar first, now has gone for heavy cav archer. And in a Hun war, elite skirmishers are very weak in Imp because you don't get the final armor upgrade, so wouldn't expect them to be doing too much. Anyways, so that population could be seen as wasted for Jordan, and the Lord DauT will probably shift over to this castle next. He's sending Hussars there already. Yep, as he's got full control and all of Jordan's attention with the cav archers and skirms here. He's going to send in more on the other side, and this is a wonderful, wonderful game to start off this best of 21. You know, making me think twice a little bit, you know, about the prediction, the bold prediction, 11-6 for Jordan. The DauT takes the first game, and well done to him. All right, so listen, YouTube, I'm sorry about this, but this is going to be long. I got to figure out this scoreboard situation. I'm going to be real sly about this. Can I add spaces here? Okay, that does nothing. Hold on, let's see. I do like DauT. Space, best of 21. That's not helping. Wait, hold on. Best of 21. Space. No. Dot. Oh, you guys can't even see the dots. We're perfect. Yes. Okay, wonderful. High quality production content. High quality content. High quality production for YouTube. I hope you enjoyed the first game of this best of 21. And there you go to sum it up. DauT with more of every single resource. Really fascinating game for me because it felt like Jordan was doing the small things correct. But then DauT just started to get so much good position on the map. I like to see it, though. So many military units trained in that game. And a very even KD in what I think will be a very even best of 21.